What if somebody took all the money you had on you, took your car, even your electronics, and your other property? Now, you would probably assume that you'd been robbed and you would call the police, right?
Well, unless they were the ones who did it. Believe it or not, a Texas law allows police to seize your money and property, even if they don't charge you with the crime.
And we have discovered it's become a big source of income for some police agencies. News 4's San Antonio's Jaie Avila has been investigating what some call a legalized money grab in tonight's Troubleshooters investigation.
It's called civil asset forfeiture, and records we've examined show the SAPD and Bexar County Sheriff's deputies have done it hundreds of times in the past few years. It's been an effective weapon in the war on drugs. Law enforcement agencies seize cash, cars, even homes when they make a drug bust and use the proceeds to buy equipment for their departments. They started using civil asset forfeiture in other cases, like taking cars away from repeat drunk drivers. SAPD even seized this house as part of an elder fraud case and gave it back to the rightful owner. But what happened to Maria Leyva illustrates why some feel officers have become too eager to seize cash and property.
If they don't have no proof, why are they accusing you just because you have the money? She and her husband run a Southside car lot where customers often pay cash. One day in March 2014, Leyva was driving to the bank with $39,000 in her purse. She planned to get cashier's checks to purchase more vehicles, but she was pulled over by a Bexar County Sheriff's deputy. Leyva was arrested for some outstanding traffic warrants, and the deputy seized the money as alleged proceeds of narcotic trafficking, even though no drugs were found, and Leyva told the deputy the cash came from car sales.
He didn't believe me. He said that I was just like, trying to get away with the money, that for him that money was coming from drugs.
The DA's office dropped the case due to lack of evidence, but it took Leyva several months and $14,000 in attorney's fees to get her money back. That's because with civil asset forfeiture, a second case is filed against the money or property itself, which can lead to some pretty funny court case names, like the state of Texas versus $3,535, or state of Texas versus 2004 Ford Mustang. And unlike cases against people, the property is presumed guilty. The burden is on the owner to prove otherwise.
The whole focus.
Bexar County Sheriff Susan Pomerleau agreed to sit down with us about Maria Leyva's case, since her deputy was the one who seized Leyva's $39,000. Is it right to confiscate the cash and property of someone who hasn't been charged with a crime?
In order to seize any property, we have to have probable cause. That's the issue. And in this case, we had plenty.
The sheriff says although no drugs were found during Leyva's traffic stop, a drug dog did alert on Leyva's purse where she carried the cash. And tests found trace amounts of marijuana and heroin on the money. Pomerleau adds Leyva had a drug possession conviction 20 years ago, has crossed the border numerous times, and there were some inconsistencies in her story. If that's the case, how come she didn't go to trial and wasn't convicted?
Because in further investigation by the district attorney's office, it became information came to us and to the district attorney's investigators that she in fact was going there to purchase a vehicle.
So it turned out her story was true?
Yes.
Ramiro Villegas and Hilda Vasquez are going through something similar with SAPD. The couple sold their 2009 Escalade, but kept the title in their name, while the new owner made payments to them. After just 2 payments, the new owner was pulled over by SAPD officers who confiscated the Escalade, along with $280,000 found in the back seat.
When I sold the vehicle,
Villegas and Vasquez say they have no idea what the new owner was doing with the money, but as lien holders on the Escalade, they've been fighting for 6 months to get their SUV back.
I don't think I should be punished for something that I had no idea what was going on. You're going to sell something, you can't go and try to investigate the person. How did they obtain the money?
SAPD sent us a statement saying, unfortunately, it is a common tactic for those in the drug trade to use this practice of driving vehicles not registered to them on paper in an effort to shield those vehicles from seizure proceedings in the event they are caught. The couple has not been charged in the case and say they're not involved with drugs.
It really was unfair.
Like Maria Leyva, they consider asset forfeiture to be nothing more than highway robbery.
Sheriff Pomerleau says cases like Leyva's are rare and that the public benefits from civil asset forfeiture because law enforcement can buy new equipment without having to use taxpayer money.